Hello friends, in this video lecture we shall calculate what is the inductance of a three-phase transmission line which is unsymmetrically spaced. Unsymmetrically spaced in the sense the distance between the three phases are not same. Okay. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, let us take the conductor A is in phase 1, conductor B is in phase 2, conductor C is in phase 3. So the distance between A and B, B and C, C and A are not same, and they are denoted by D12, that is the distance between conductor A and B. D23 is the distance between conductor B and conductor C. D31 is the distance between conductor C and conductor A. Okay, to find the inductance of a transmission line, first we need to calculate the flux linkages. Okay, if we find the flux linkages, then we can find out the inductance. You know that in case of unsymmetrically spaced three-phase transmission line, the flux, because they are not symmetrically spaced, the flux linkages of each conductor or each phase is not same. Flux linkages are different. If the flux linkages differ, then the inductance of conductors, three conductors, are also not same. They are different. If the inductance of the three phases are different, then the voltage drops in those lines are also different. Okay, if the voltage drops in each phase is different, then it results in the difference in receiving end voltage. Even though the current in all the three phases remains balanced, the voltage drops are receiving end voltages of each phase is different, and this will affect the quality of the power supply. In order to maintain the same voltage, or you can say in order to maintain the voltage drops in all the three phases same, we have to ensure that the flux linkages should also remain same. How to ensure the flux linkages to remain same in all the three conductors? What we do is we transpose the transmission line. What is this transposition of a transmission line? In which each conductor positions are interchanged at a particular interval. For example, here in the first interval, conductor A is in position 1, conductor B is in position 2, conductor C is in position 3, and in the second interval, conductor A takes a position 2, whereas conductor B takes a position 3 and conductor C takes a position 1. And in third interval, conductor A takes a position 3, conductor B takes a position 1, and conductor C takes a position of 2. So here, if I want to calculate, let us consider conductor A, phase A. I will calculate only the inductance of phase A, and the same will be applied to other two phases also. So let us first calculate what is the flux linkages of conductor A, okay, in position 1, and what is the flux linkages of conductor A in position 2, and what is the flux linkages of conductor A in position 3. Then what we will take? We will take the average of all these three. Okay, and we divide this average flux linkages with the current IA, then we will get the inductance. Okay, so Let us first find out what is the uh, flux linkages of conductor A in first position. How do you calculate? Lambda A1. A1 indicates conductor A in position 1. Okay. Lambda A1 is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 into bracket. Flux linkages due to its own current, that is IA, okay, log of 1 by R dash. Okay, R dash you know, R dash is equal to 0.7788 R. Okay, plus the flux linkages of conductor A due to current IB flowing through conductor B, that is IB log of 1 by D12 distance between A and B plus IC log of 1 divided by D31. Okay, this is the flux linkages of conductor A in position 1. The same thing I have here written. Lambda A1 flux linkages of in conductor A for first position. Okay. Lambda A1 is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 IA natural log of 1 by R dash plus IB log of 1 by D12 plus IC log of 1 by D31 Weber turns per meter length. Flux linkages in conductor A for second position. What is the flux linkages of conductor A in conductor A in second position? 2 into, that is lambda A2 is equal to 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 IA log of 1 by R dash plus IB log of 1 by, what is the position? A and B, D23. Now it is D1 divided by D23 plus IC log of 1 by, what is the distance between A and C? That is 1, 2. Okay, the same thing I have written here. Lambda A2 is equal to into 10 raised to minus 7 into bracket IA log of 1 by R dash plus IB log of 1 by D23 plus IC 1 divided by D12. Similarly, you can find out what is the flux linkages of in conductor A for third position. Lambda A3, which is equal to into 10 raised to minus 7 IA log of 1 by R dash plus IB log of 1 by D13 plus IC log of 1 by D23. Now we'll take the average of all these three. How do you take the average of all these three? Lambda A is equal to lambda A1 plus lambda A2 plus lambda A3 divided by 3. Okay. Okay, you add all these three. Average flux linkages of conductor A are lambda A is equal to lambda A1 plus lambda A2 plus lambda A3 divided by 3. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by 3. Here you can see IA ln 1 by R dash is same. So add all these three. What do we get? 3 into IA log divided by log of 1 divided by R dash. Okay. Then what do we get? Plus IB into log of 1 divided by D12, D23, D31 plus IC log of 1 divided by D12, D23 plus D31. Okay, the same thing has been written here. 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by 3 IA log 1 by R dash plus IB log 1 divided by D. Okay, I have something. I should have something went wrong. Okay, D31. Okay. Here also same thing. D 3 1. Okay. While writing equation, it has been somewhat made. Okay. See here. So this is odd. So here this term is common. I have taken this term common. Again the same thing here also. Sorry for that. D 3 1. Here also same thing. D 3 1. Okay. So this term is common. I have taken common. So IB plus IC. You know that in a balanced system, IA plus IB plus IC is equal to 0, or you can say IB plus IC is equal to minus IA. So IB plus IC is equal to minus IA substituted. Okay. Now I have taken this 3 inside here. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 7. This 3 get cancels. So what remains is IA log of 1 by R dash minus IA 1 by 3 log of 1 by D 1 2. Okay. D 1 2 into D 2 3 into D 3 1. So okay. See, D1 2, D2 3 and D3 1, I have taken it as a D equivalent. Okay. So 2 into 10 raised to minus 3 IA log of 1 by R dash minus IA 1 by 3 log of 1 by D equivalent. Apply your logarithmic rule. So 1 by 3 log of 1 by D equivalent is given by 1 by D equivalent raised to 1 by 3. That is nothing but cube root of D equivalent. Okay. So you can write 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 IA natural log of 1 by R dash minus IA log of 1 divided by D equivalent raised to 1 by 3. And again applying logarithmic rule, what will get 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 IA taken common. Okay. Log m minus log n is log m by n. Log m by n. Okay. D equivalent raised to minus 3. D equivalent raised to 1 by 3. That is cube root of D equivalent divided by R dash. This is the average flux linkages with conductor A. Now inductance of conductor A is LA is equal to lambda A by IA. So this IA get cancels. Finally what remains is 2 into 10 raised to minus 7 log of D equivalent raised to 1 by 3 divided by R dash. Okay. This is the inductance of conductor A. Similarly, we can find the inductances of conductor B and conductor C. Okay. It is not the present practice to transpose the power lines at regular intervals. However, an interchange in the position of the conductors is made at switching stations so as to balance the inductance of the phases. For all practical purposes, the dissymmetry can be neglected and the inductance of an untransposed line can be taken equal to that of a transposed line. So this is the present practical case. Okay. So in this video lecture we have seen how to calculate what is the inductance of a three-phase unsymmetrically spaced transmission line. Okay. Thank you.